Colton Troy Fu. Aloha, my brothers.
Aloha.
Moats, what are you seeing when it comes to our inefficiency in the run game? Is it scheme personnel or others?
No, to me, I think it's a little others. Or no, excuse me, not others. I don't want, because to me, it's not personnel. I think we have the personnel to execute it. I just think that they're not executing the blocks. They're not holding their blocks. When you're talking about the offensive line, they're making contact, but they're not sustaining them. Same could be said with the receivers. They'll make an initial contact, which is great, but the timing matters. And when you're talking about holding the block on the perimeter for a run, that's a toss or a stretch, you got to hold that block a lot longer than 1 to 2 seconds. And I think that's some of the stuff that's been a disconnect on the perimeter stuff. When you're talking about the interior runs, the inconsistencies with the blockers, that also has been a factor in the sense of you get the guards blocking, but the tackle gets beat. All right, guard and tackle do what they're supposed to do, but now, the center gets beat. And it's some of that going on. And then you still do on occasion have Najee just not making good reads. And part of that, I do think, is the residual of when he's feeling as if the offensive line isn't giving him consistent holds, he starts to look a little bit too much. And that has also played a part in it. And I think the reason why we've had success a lot more with Jaylen Warren, number one, is when we put him in there, as I talked about before, some of the defenses, they treat it as if this is passing situations. So they stay too high and they don't respect that we're going to run it with him. And when we do run it, he's actually hitting the ball downhill. And on those runs, we've actually sustained our blocks. So now you get a guy that's explosive, decisive, going through the hole, not dancing, and it's a lighter box. So that's why he's able to hit and have a lot more of those, just better looking runs for us. Whereas when Najee's in the game, teams aren't respecting the pass element of it. They're saying, man, walk that safety into this box because we know what they're trying to do with this dude. You know what I mean? And with that being the case, the extra defender in the box, along with the inconsistency of the blocking going on, offensive line and receiver related, it's that perfect storm of every time you watch it, it's like, yeah, it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. And then on occasion, you'll get 1 or 2 of those runs where everybody does what they're supposed to do. And we'll see it. And we're like, oh, that's the Najee we know. That's what the offense could look like. But because it's not happening consistently enough, we don't get enough of those feelings. And that's why, the run game, when you're talking about statistically as bad as it is, and when we're talking about that feeling, right, the eyeball test for the nerds like myself, the non-nerds, like when you're just watching it, you feel like, the running game is just porous at times. That is why. So, long answer short, yeah, definitely personnel for me, man, I guess. Personnel not doing what they're supposed to do, or not doing what they're capable of doing, because they're definitely capable of it, though. Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Yes, indeed. I'm talking about the top-rated sportsbooking app in the U.S., baby. And more importantly, when you're talking about them, they are safe, they are secure, and they are reliable, just like my trusted partner in crime right here, Mr. Deke. So, when you're talking about DraftKings and you're talking about getting that opportunity to make a little money, because we all want that opportunity. We all want that opportunity. We always think to ourselves, all right, parlays. We think about, favorite team with that favorite team. And can I get this player and that playing, doing something together all in the same game? Yeah. Well, same game parlays are available to you with DraftKings Sportsbook. So we definitely love them. But more importantly, when we talk about them because we got a promo code for you. If this is your first time downloading the app, well, first off, where have you been? But more importantly, make sure you use the promo code MOATS, because when you do that, you make your first bet with a minimum of $5, you will receive $200 in draft deposit bonus money. Essentially free money to go bet with, baby. You can't beat that deal. It is awesome, but you got to use the promo code MOATS, okay? Now, Deke, anytime we get to talking about, sports booking or just wagering in general, we understand that there is a line, and sometimes people cross that line. Sometimes they go from having fun to having a problem.
Never want to see it get to that point.
And it's one of those things that if you or someone you may know that has a gambling problem, or they might need crisis counseling, or heck, even referral services, Deke, it's a number on the screen right now.
What's that number?
That people could call. For the New Yorkers, it's a specific number that they could call or text. But for everybody else, the number to call is 1-800-GAMBLER.